you doing? A long time no see. I just thought I'd make a quick video because since I've made the channel, I've not done anything at all. I've had COVID. I'm trying to get to the grips of getting over it still, so excuse me if I'm coughing. But I've got the setup done as best I could at the moment. I've clipped... I'm going to use a laptop camera because they're not too bad on this one. I've got to light the room just to give myself a bit of foreground light. Otherwise a bit dark, but the laptop cam's not too bad. I've got an old 720p camera. It's called a Microsoft Life Cam that I'm going to use for zooming in for the overhead magnifier and stuff, so you can see what I'm doing in various projects and whatever. It's not a bad camera really, it's got autofocus on that. Yeah, so I just wanted to go through a few bits on the various things that you'll see me using on the channel. Obviously Amiga disk drive. If I need to write any files, I'll be using a PC disk drive connected to the Grease Weasel, which is sitting here. So this bit of equipment lets me read PC stuff and troubleshoot PC stuff via troubleshoot Amiga stuff via the PC. There's various solutions and stuff that I've got that we'll be using. Not so much to cure. I mean, this is part of a solution I've got. I mean, most of you guys know what this is, but for you people that don't, it's basically cleaning solution for motherboards, PCBs, stuff like that. If we're going to do a bit of soldering, it will clean up flux. I'll use these. These basically just hold the floppy disk drive platter that we're going to use to the desk. So when we're doing a bit of disk cleaning, I hold my floppy disk here, and we can open it like that. And then when we're cleaning disks, we can turn it and clean the inside. I'm just going to run through this quick because there's a lot to say, and it's for the people that don't really have a clue what they're doing with floppies and don't know the ins and outs of floppy cleaning or drive recovery. Again, this is taking me a while to try and get as good as I can with it. And it'd be great for the people watching. If you've got any pointers or any things that I could go in a better direction with, that's what it's all about. Usual stuff like super glue. That's if we're cracking open a drive case. So one of these, what I'll do is I'll get a Stanley, run across this and open it up. And like one of my YouTube videos, I've got, I can't remember, it's on my other channel, I'll have to post a link. It shows you how to open a floppy disk, totally open it up and take the disk media out. So if you've got a problem with something, you can't recover any data, and you try doing it by opening this, cleaning the drive, that's the next step, but it gets a bit complicated. But again, you'll see this, that and the other via the channel. We've got a bit of epoxy resin. It's really good stuff, that. So not just super glue, but we've got epoxy resin. It's just better. It doesn't leave any residue. I normally find super glue tends to creep up plastics and leave a funny white residue you can't really get rid of. And if you start wiping it and scratching it, it normally causes you big problems. So yeah, I don't really like super glue that much, but for a quick fix, it's great. This stuff I'm starting to use on drives that have got a bad worm drive, so, or cleaning drives and shafts. So basically, that shaft there, that worm drive that controls the head, I'll re-grease that with a tiny bit of that, because if you go too much, you're going to end up bunging up the drive again. And you can just see the secondary shaft down there that black piece runs across. Again, we'll go into more detail and I'll zoom in a bit more at a later stage. It's just a quick run through. And this is basically what you saw before, isopropyl mixed with dishwasher fluid. I think it must be, I don't know, 1 part isopropyl and 1 part like fairy liquid almost. I can't remember the consistency, but if I ever make any, I'll share it. I think honestly, it's probably no more than a capful. I mean, a very, very slight capful of washing up liquid in the bottom of that, probably up to the first. I'd say up to the second spiral on that cap. I don't know how many millimeters that is, just milliliters that is. I'm not very good at all that. An isopropyl is probably, there was probably that much left in the bottle. So yeah, it's yeah, that was it. It's the rest of it's DI water, not RO. It was DI water. So that's the makeup of it, and I seem to be getting real good results with it. If I use isopropyl, I'm normally facing problems because it just kills the disc. But well, what I've been finding happen is if you use too much isopropyl, it kills the surface of the disc. What else can we talk about quick? So yeah, there'll be recapping of drives, any capacitors that are faulty on these or whatever. I'll be doing on the channel. So let's just zoom in. So these are your caps. Someone's obviously done it before. Probably get a better picture putting it actually through the magnifier. Yeah, it's better, isn't it? It's a bit lighter. Yeah, I'll have to sort that light out at a later date. But yeah, they're your capacitors. As I say, someone's already done this. By the looks of it, they don't look standard at all. So yeah, we'll recap drives. You may notice some lines going up and down the screen on this. You just see there some really slow moving lines, and I could not get the white light to stop flickering. I've tried 50 and 60 hertz, but it just did not stop flickering. It was a pain in the bum. So I've had to put it on 24 frames just to stop the white flickering on this. It was really annoying. Yeah, there's a few other things I found out. Some of these drives, I think this is a Panasonic drive. Some you can see there, some devices you can power with grease weasel, and I think they're Chinon, TIAC, Citizen, but I think Mitsumi and Panasonic drives don't like the grease weasel power. They won't work. So I've sort of put an ATX power supply together that's constantly running, just with a bit of juice for the floppy drive on that side of things. So yeah, I'll give you a quick demo, but I know it's not going to work. I'll show you a few tools that I use. Let's have a quick look. So this is Grease Weasel. Let's just connect this to the drive so we can hear what it's doing. Yeah, so basically what I would do first is hit select. Drive select for 0 is normally an Amiga drive. If it's anything other than an Amiga drive, it would be an A. So if there was a PC drive you're trying to diagnose or sort the heads out, you'd change that to an A. Normally an Amiga drive's a 0. So if you have problems trying to select your drive, that'll be what it is. So all I would do first is just measure the drive RPM. Again, it's just a quick demo, it's nothing crazy. I'm going to put the disc in. And there you go, you can hear the spindle, hopefully, spinning. And I give it a good few iterations, so you've got a nice rev per minute there. You run it around 299, 300 revs. And it just tells me the motor's spinning and it's communicating. That's probably the very first thing I do. There you go. Not bad stats. The next thing I do, I just wanted to see if it can seek a cylinder. Now, cylinder 0 is down the bottom of the drive. A cylinder 79 or 81, if you want to go that far, is at the top of the drive. So at the moment, let's just go back to the live camera. I think on the live desktop, I'm going to have to put my face up there. Let's just have a look. That's it, brilliant. Great. That's it. That's it. It's just in case, well, as I'm explaining something, I may well hold something up to the picture. Right, so just a quick one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up Grease Weasel. You're not going to see this. I'm going to just click launch, which is I've already selected. I might as well show you here. Cylinders to seat 0. Okay. So what it'll do, it will try and seek 0. So I'm just going to go back to the camera and hit it and see if there's any activity with the drive. So what you're doing is you're watching for these heads to move. I think it's already at 0 anyway. This is your 0 track selector there. It's a tiny little metal bit sticking in the back of this plastic. Basically, it's a 0 track. I think it's. I don't think it's infrared. I think it's some sort of. It might be optical sensor. Well, so that done nothing. Didn't even make a noise. So I'm just going to type in 79. Try and make the head go all the way up to the other end of this drive, so it should all come all the way up here. Now I don't know if you heard that, but it made a and that was it. So I think we've got a stuck head on this drive. I'll try moving this up with my fingers. It seems really stiff. And normally you can move these with your fingers. That doesn't want to know. So I'd say, just as a quick diagnosis, I mean, this is loose. It could well be that. I could try it again. I'll put my finger on there. Nothing. Let's go back again to 0. Just type in 0. Just put my finger on there so you can see it. It made a noise, but nothing there. Let's go back to 79. Nothing. So yeah, we got a bit of work to do there, and that could be we can leave it there. It's basically what we'll be seeing. Again, there'll be floppy disk cleaning, stuff like that. I'll sort out the desktop look because it's looking into an infinity. There must be a way around that. Have to have a look at some docs online or something. But yeah, that's basically what we'll be doing. There's a few other tools we'll use. I'll go into, and I'll need to sort of pull some favours from a few people because when it comes to recovering discs, if you can't clean the disc and get the data off of it and the data's stuffed, if it's personal data, there's not a lot I can do. But when we're talking about Amiga games, which we want to preserve, I'm going to try and get hold of some sort of a backup. Whoever's got someone must have a complete pirate-free backup, like backup images of discs. So original games like this. Oh, I might as well turn around the other way. So original games like this, backed up, not modified, that I can pull the data back off, put it on a brand new disc and put it inside one of these cases. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking, well, what's the point of going down this route when a lot of people have got Gotex now? And funny enough, there's a lot of people out there that like the sound of a whirring floppy disk drive, and they want to use the original games as well. It's all part of the nostalgia. So this is what's led me on to creating this channel and going down this route. I will be, asking you to send your discs in or drives in, and we'll go down the route of sorting it out live. That'll be pretty cool for you. Yeah, so I'll sort a few more bits out, tidy up this video. On here, so we can view a few bits about the bloody camera going into infinity. Don't think there's much more to say really. There may well be recapping of Amigas. I don't know. It depends who wants their Amiga recapped. Yeah, I did sell up all my Amigas. I'll just go through that. I've had to buy an Amiga 600 and a 1200 again because there's a load of us that put our heads together on the Grease Weasel forum on Facebook. It was me that found out that Body Blows Galactic, I think it was disc 1, although you could read and write the image okay, if you played it back on WinUAE and booted off of a real drive on WinUAE, I think it was the Drawbridge software or something Rob Smith developed, which is an amazing bit of kit. You can't fault it, but there was a bug in it and it wouldn't boot it, so we was wondering what the hell was going on. Everyone thought it was my disc images and I thought it was my discs and was scratching my head, and I was like, well, everything's perfect. But it turned out it was a bug, and the only way it would boot was on an Amiga. So it forced me to rebuy an Amiga 600 and 1200, because if I've got any issues, I can just bung the disc straight in and boot it up on a little screen I've got here, and away I go. So yeah, I've pretty much got the Amigas back. I'm not going to invest in any more. I've got another Amiga 600 on its way, because I don't want to destroy this one under here, but I have noticed if a drive's giving me hell trying to get the heads aligned, there's the is it Kier Fraser's disk tools that I usually use in WinUAE to diagnose a drive and do the heads live, but it's been giving me some really weird issues where it's not giving me the correct disk information. It might be rereading disk information. I don't know why. And when you're adjusting heads, the values are very, very slow to come through. You'll see later on. It's hard to explain, but this is why I bought another Amiga 600, because I think diagnosing a drive live on a real Amiga is probably better than going down the route of a grease weasel. Again, it's a good bit of kit and disk backups and this, that and the other, but I don't think it's cut out for drive diagnosis. Again, you'll find out what I'm on about. So there's lots to come, lots to talk about. There's going to be lots of little caveats and stuff we'll learn along the way. Bits and bobs I'll learn, bits and bobs you'll learn. So yeah, that's 20 minutes of rambling over. Some of you might recognise me from a channel called Right Retro Gaming. So I'll be chucking that on there as well. And if anyone wants to come over and join in. It'll be good to have all the old fans there. But yeah, I sold up, moved area. I'm in Surrey now, and unfortunately, Balls and Horse aren't with me. And Jamie, Drew, they're all up the other side of the country. But yeah, hey ho, we'll move on and that. So there you go, starting a new venture. So anyway, yeah, join in. There's not going to be a schedule like there was with Right Retro Gaming with this. It's just as and when I want to stream or do a video. So it's going to be a slow channel. I've got a load of hobbies still. So yeah, as and when, and if there's something drastic that needs to happen, I've got the gear to stream again. So yeah, anyway, all the best. See you later.